This is Vinyl Voices Radio, ESPN 97.5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm John Denman.
Jesse Sandehan.
Welcome to the first ever episode of Vinyl Voices Radio here on ESPN 97.5. Each week we're going to dive deep and listen to some of the music and talk about the music and have the people on that made the music to discuss the song. I'm John Denman, my friend Jesse Sandejas, co-host. And this week we have a fun band from Houston.
That's right. We have Jumprope this week. Welcome to the show, Jumprope.
Thank you.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, welcome to the show and welcome to, helping us work out everything for the first show.
We want to hear the songs. It's very song-centric. We want to have the show's listeners and viewers hear the song.
And while we're doing that, we're going to be drinking some delicious Megaton beer, who is our beer sponsor this week. And so Jared, our buddy over here, he is sitting behind the lights and the cameras. But beer and music, I don't know, it's always good together. It's hard to go to a show and not drink a beer.
You need a beer.
Yes.
Unless you're sober, and that's fine too.
If that's what you like being, then
Be that.
be that. Yes, yeah. That's the better of you. If you need to be that.
Very diplomatic answer. That's great.
I'm trying to be.
I love that.
So what song are we going to listen to first?
I think we're listening to CCV first.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Love that song.
I love it too. That's my favorite song on the album, actually. So,
All right, well, let's listen to CCB from Jumprope. Yeah, man, it's a badass song.
Thank you.
I think Judge said it was his favorite one from you guys, and what I was listening to, I was like, man, that song jams.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the whole album's good, obviously. I like all the songs, but there's just certain ones that kind of hit you. So, from just a question asker standpoint, why would that one kind of grab me out of all the ones on the...
Oh, that's a cool question.
That song I feel like is really special to all of us because it's the first Jumprope song that we all wrote together in the same room. I think, the rest of the songs on the EP were more like, oh, I wrote something and brought it to the table. Oh, Taylor wrote something and brought it to the table, But this is the first one that was just us in a practice studio, and we were just riffing on a little riff, and Nolan, who's very good at this, was like, hey, what was that? It sounded cool. Do it again. And then we just wrote the song. I think we jammed through it, and probably the length of this song is the amount of time that it took for us to write the music. Wow. So it's very natural, kind of like one take, and then we're like, oh, let's do it again. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. And it kind of came from that. So yeah, it's very special to us in that way. I think of it as like the first real Jumprope song. So
Nice. For you at that time, you're kind of like taking on a new instrument, right? So speak to that a little bit, Nolan.
Yeah, so Jumprope originally started as just Chris and Taylor, and they had, I guess, two other drummers, like before, in the early stages of the band. And the first or second show they ever played, I saw them, and it was at the Shed, which was just a shed behind a house in Houston, in the East End, and saw them play. I was like, that's really cool, and I know that their drummer's moving away. I don't play drums, but I want to play drums for them, and so I told them that, and they gave me a shot, and so I learned how to play drums while playing in this band. So, yeah, it's really cool.
How long did that take? I mean, how long has this band been around?
2.5 years.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I've been playing drums for, I don't know, a long time, and I still don't consider myself a drummer.
Me neither.
I think it's one of those things too, where like we knew Nolan is this like really incredible guitar player, a very creative person. So when he comes up and he's like, hey, I don't play drums, but I want to play drums, we're like, cool. Like, I'm sure you got it, right?
Yeah.
And he got it.
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it, right?
You're taking lessons. He's doing great. Very lucky.
I think the lyrics for that song were something that took a while to get to, where we kind of had one concept that we were working on, and then we worked through it a lot, and then kind of came back to that original concept, and we're like, why did we do this? Like, on our way back from our little Louisiana like show weekend that we had, I was trying to pull up a music clip to show Taylor, and I was like, oh, here are 10 versions of the bridge of that song that I recorded on my computer, and we're just like listening to them on the phone. We're like, nowhere near as good as what we arrived on.
Well, the one lyric in that song that really stands out to me the most is your first idea is the right one. And that like particular line in the song, I feel like you had a million different versions of it. Like cycled, what's the idea, and then just came back to your first idea is the right one. And I feel like that's kind of, I don't know, maybe a thesis for Jumprope or whatnot, but that to me, I don't know, it holds a lot of weight.
This is Vinyl Voices, brought to you by Adley Law Firm, Houston's personal injury attorneys for 30 years.
I'm doing this for life. I pour my heart out to a star.